Hey, welcome back. So, today's episode is about the Green Goblin here. She's been giving me some grief. Um, as you've seen on previous videos, or if you haven't, there are previous videos, we have changed out the crankshaft and the piston and cylinder head and everything. Knowingly that when we bought this, there was an engine problem. And it runs fine. That was until yesterday, when all of a sudden the engine seized up during its test run. I managed to get it running again, and it's still running, like nothing happened. But the engine seized up, which could indicate that perhaps the piston gets a little too hot, and therefore expands too much, and stops the engine. So I did a little Googling, and I found that the carburetors, when you buy them, also, of course, they're not specifically made for your engine. They're made for whatever kind of engine you need. So I started thinking about perhaps I haven't solved the issue about why the engine broke, but fixed the broken parts. So I took up the carburetor, and we're going to have a look and see inside this thing, because there are jets in here. There's another kit also. This is a kit filled with jets. I don't know if you can see them, but they're in there. There's a jet there, and the rest of it over here. Now, to make this operate, it has more than just one purpose. A carburetor, of course, puts in fuel, and it'll be burned off in the cylinder. But that's not really the carburetor's thing. The carburetor is for the fuel mix. But if you make it too lean, as you call it, if there's too little fuel, it gets extremely hot. And you don't want that in the 2C, the two-stroke. No. Or maybe you do, but I don't, because my engine will seize up, but that's your thing. We're going to open up this thing. I'm going to check out the jets in here and see what size it is. If this is standard, which I think it is an 070 millimeter, which is good for engines from 50cc up to, I think it's about 82cc. This here be 102, which means it needs to have a bigger jet. And the jets for that should be 0.72 to 0.75. I don't have a 72, I got a 75, so I'm thinking I should try to change that out to a 75, put the thing back on, have a test run, see how it goes. That's the plan for today, so stick around. Hope you can see any from my gut here, so let's try it anyways. So, well, as you can see, it took off this. This is for the clamp, so don't worry about it. And one of them came off. It's tightened back in here. Again, no worries. And I've been draining this, so we should be good. And we can hear there's a good floater in there. So there's movement. So I'm going to open her up. First, let me get a few gloves on, because I don't react too well on gasoline and fingers anymore. I'm getting too old. Plus, it's a lot easier to clean off afterwards. Yeah. Let's go. Let's see. Okay, so come on, baby, come on. There we go. Okay, so let's open up. Let's see. There we go. This looks fantastic. And here is the floater. And that here, that is the main jet. There we go. That's the main jet. Okay. This I'd have to look at and see what size that is. and change it out with a 75. Put the thing back on, and on the machine, of course, and let's try it out. You know what? This here jet here actually says 78. So I'm guessing that's way too big. Wow, really? I was not anticipating that. I was actually thinking this would be too small. But still, this doesn't change anything. I'm just gonna, change this thing out. First, I'm gonna clean this a little bit more, of course, but I'm gonna change this out, and we're gonna have a look, see if that helps any. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, right. So I'll clean it out now. That was not too much grout in here actually. It looked pretty good, really. Now it's time. Well, I accidentally blew off the pin in here, so be careful about that. As I had to spend an hour looking for it. I found it eventually, thank God. So the floater has a pivot point again. So what I'm going to do is going to take this, the 75, as I know it should be having as the maximum. Should. And we're going to put that, install that, put the lid back on, and back on the chuggy thing. So let's see what happens. That's good and tight. There we are. Check for damage. None. Good. I'm just going to clean this off a bit more. There we go. Fantastic. I think the gasket is good. I think. Let's just try it out anyway. So there we go. Whoops. Good and tight. There we are. Okay. Still got movement. Right, so this one's back in here. There we go. And this one's here. We're all set to go. Right. So now it's back on the moped. Are you going to fight me all the way? Are you? No? Okay. Didn't think so. So let's tighten you up a bit. There we go. And just a bit more. And remember, Fleming, this is not a truck. Just be careful. Everything looks pretty good. Everything looks pretty good. Okay. Alright. So back on here. Straight as possible. around here. There we go. That looks straight to me. So let's tighten this. Oh yeah. That's not. Come on. Come on, sweetheart. So about the carburetor again, there's a jet. There's one more jet. That's the idling jet. That is set for 60, and I haven't changed that out because, well, it idles just fine, you know. So why would I change that out? It's the main jet I was more concerned about. I'm not sure that it can actually cause an engine to seize up, or you know, just all of a sudden stop functioning because you have too big of a jet in there. I'm not too sure, but now I've changed it out. So now I know that it's actually into specs more or less. I mean, it can be a little bit less than 75, but yeah, well, it shouldn't be more. I mean, 78 is just seems kind of big to me, but okay. So I'm gonna change that. I have done that. You've seen that. Ah, there we go. It wasn't straight. Now it is, I think. Okay. There we go. All right. So fuel. I've taken on the oil hose at the back here, and that's the fuel hose will be coming up as well. Now we should be good to go. Again, it's a wonderful phrase, should, isn't it? It's just like, wow, really? Should be? Come on. Should be all right. Oh yeah, sounds very secure. There we go. Okay, so oil line's back on, fuel line's back on. The next is the air filter housing. And I'm going to take the spark plug out because I like to see what it looks like. If it looks brownish, then it should be okay. But if it looks burned, then it's not okay. And then there has been too lean of a mix or something similar. So I pulled the spark plug. Oh shit, okay. Well, it looks very, very wet. So I'm going to clean this off. I'm going to put this back in. Let's go for a test run. Okay, so now she's back on. I just put a zip tie there, or strip as we call it here. So I'm going to warm it up a bit, and then I'm going to do the factory settings just to make sure. So air screw will be tightened all in, and then released 1.5 turns, and then kind of jiggle the little thing to see if I can find the highest RPM point, and that should be it. Set the revs down so it comes to a comfortable level afterwards. So, and then over test run. Well, she's purring now, so it's back to the breaking into the engine. So, all right, that worked. All right. Okay, so conclusion. I think we did it. So we're gonna do a bit more of the test runs, and hopefully that should be it. Right. See you next time.